I did watch the Chris Billum-Smith, Isaac Chamberlain card from Bournemouth this past weekend. I didn't manage to catch all the fights on the card. I can only tell you about the fights that I did catch. I searched for a couple of the other fights that I missed, such as the Joe Pigford, Raphael King fight. I could have sworn I saw Sky upload this fight to their YouTube channel. But when I went to go look for it on their channel again, it was nowhere to be seen. Not sure if they uploaded it and took it down for some strange reason, or another possibility is that my mind's just playing tricks on me. In any event, let's start off from the bottom of the bill and move up. The first fight I saw was Hassan Azim versus Jacob Quinn. Now, Hassan is the older brother of Adam Azim, who's another prospect with Boxer on Sky Sports. A lot of people are very high on Adam Azim. And as I say, I've seen his couple of his fights so far. I guess he's only had a couple fights. Now, personally, I actually prefer the style of his older brother. His older brother, Hassan, is more conventional than Adam. There's less of a Nassim Hamed influence there. And if you want to make some type of comparison, people love making comparisons, his style is a little more, I don't know, Kronk, something like that. It's a little more conventional boxing, rangy, big right hand behind the jab, all that type of stuff. And he's very aggressive. Well, he was in this fight anyway in the first round. Came flying out the blocks like a bat of hell, trying to get his opponent out of there. In fact, let me do his opponent the courtesy of actually remembering his name. Jacob Quinn, excuse me. According to the commentators, Quinn had been out the ring for a long time. So I guess Azim was looking to test the waters early and thinking, this guy's been out the ring for a long time. Therefore, he's going to be rusty and maybe I can get an early stoppage. But it wasn't to be, because Quinn proved himself to be very tough, very resilient. He was dropped in the first round, but he never lost heart. And as the fight progressed, he started to have more and more success. Not enough success to win the fight, of course. I don't recall him hurting Azim or really troubling him, significantly in any way. But he did put up a spirited effort, so credit to him for that. Azim, of course, was probably maybe hyped up by the crowd, and that's a theme that repeated itself higher up the bill. But in this particular instance, Azim got away with, I don't want to say punching himself out, but leaving his best work in the first round, because it's not like he was totally spent. He still had the energy to move around a little bit, although he did also trade up close more and more as the fight went on. So, yeah, I think that he is an interesting prospect, one to watch along with his brother. And just stylistically, I'm not saying that Hassan is going to be better than Adam Azim, but stylistically, I just prefer Adam from what I've seen so far. And some people are going to say, well, do you prefer a conventional boxer like Tommy Hearns to Prince Nassim, for example? Do you prefer Hearns' style over Prince Nassim's style? I probably do, but there are other conventional boxers who I wouldn't prefer over Prince Nassim. You know, Adam Azim is not Prince Nassim. Adam Azim might take certain influence from Prince Nassim, but he's not that dynamic. Do you know what I mean? He's not that athletically gifted. Prince Nassim really was a very special athletic talent. People are always going to criticize him and say that he wasn't as good as people thought he was going to be and so on and so forth. But he was still a multi-time world champion, and he did beat very good fighters along the way. And irrespective of how great you think he was or wasn't, he had tremendous athletic ability. He was an incredible puncher, one of the greatest punchers for my money in featherweight history. So forget about whether he's one of the greatest fighters. He's one of the greatest punchers in featherweight history with both hands, with straight shots, looping shots, uppercuts, I mean, everything. So Adam Azim is not that, okay? So when I say I prefer his brother's style over his style, it isn't comparing, a Kronk fighter to Prince Nassim directly. It's comparing a more conventional fighter to a Nassim Hamed influenced fighter. So, and also it's based upon the very little footage I've seen of both brothers so far, because they've only just turned pro. Maybe as time goes on, I'll actually prefer Adam Azim's style over Hassan Azim's style. But as it stands right now, based on the limited footage I've seen of him, I actually prefer Hassan Azim's style. I like the way he, sets up his shots, throws that big right hand in. There's some nice snap on the shots there. So it is what it is. Anyway, moving on, and you guys let me know what you think in the comments below about his performance and about the brothers in general.